All right, so let's here look at the equation for our circle here. If you remember what that is, it's y or x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So they gave us the center of the circle. They did not give us the radius. So let's draw out a picture and see if we can figure out what the radius here is. So I'm going to go ahead and plot negative 2, 4. So I've got negative 2, 4 over there plotted. A tangent line, what that is it just hits the circle in one point there. So it says it's tangent to the x-axis. This is my x-axis right here. So it's supposed to hit the circle in exactly one point. So I'm going to do it straight down from the center of the circle there. And then I'm going to see what the radius here is now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 4. So now I can go 4 to the right and left from my center of the circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can do the same thing going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can go to the left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once I have my 4 nice points there, so a tangent line will hit the circle here in exactly one point. So it's hitting there, right there at that spot. So now we know that the radius there, we saw we could just count 4. So my radius here is 4. So now I can simply write my equation here. It goes x minus, this is my h, this is my k, so it's x minus a negative 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals my radius, what we just found on the graph there, 4 squared. So cleaning this up, we get x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 16. So we found the equation of that circle. Now if you remember, letter C here says that the center there is at the origin. So, and it has a radius there of 10. We could sketch this out too. So here's the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't really need to. We're gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So radius of 10, it's coming out here. It's going out here. And down there. And then I can simply connect these, and this is going to look like a terrible circle. Well, not too bad. Definitely can see I try to squash it down at the bottom there. But anyway, so now the center of the circle, center is at the origin. So if you want to write, it can be x minus 0 squared plus y minus k squared equals 10 squared, and that k there is 0. So clean this up, I just get x squared plus y squared equals 100. So there they are, equations of circles. So hopefully that's fairly simple for you. Now we're going to go on to another part here. If you're given some kind of equation over here, but it's not in that x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, we need to go ahead and put it in that form, because if we can put it in that form, that equation that they gave us in letter A there, then we know that it is a circle, and then we're just going to identify the radius in the center of it as well. So to do this, you want to put your x's all by each other, and then I'm going to leave some space in here. I'm going to put my y terms all together, and then I'm going to move that 12 over on this side here. So if you remember this, I'm going to complete the square for these. So to do that, I can take my b value and divide it by 2 and square it and add to both sides. Well, my b value here is 4. So I'm going to take 4 divided by 2 and square it. If I add it to the left-hand side of the equal sign, I have to add it to the right side. And then with the y's here, same thing, plus negative 8 divided by 2 squared plus negative 8 divided by 2 squared. So now I'm just going to clean those up. What is that 8 divided, or that 4 divided by 2 squared? That gives me 2, and then I can square it. I get 4. Over here, I've got negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4, and squared I get 16. So the same thing on this side. Um, we have our 4 plus 16. So now I'm going to go ahead and factor this first part. And I'm going to factor that second part as well. And then just see what it's equal to. So factoring that first part there, what times what gives me x squared, x and x. What multiplies to give me 4 and adds to give me 4, that would be 2 and 2. So with the y's over here, what times what gives me y squared, y. What times what gives me positive 16 and adds to give me negative 8, negative 4. Now over here I can just simply clean that up and we end up just getting an 8. So putting that first part there together, since you've got 2x plus 2's, you can write it as x plus 2 squared. And then you've got 2y minus this 4 there, so you can say y minus 4 squared equals 8. So now it is in the form up there of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared form. So now we just have to identify the equation of our circle here, so, or the center and the radius. So remember x minus a negative 2 if you want to put it in the subtraction form. So my h there is negative 2, and my k there is 4. So that's my center. What's my radius? If you remember from your equation up there, the 8 is r squared, not r. So I have to go ahead and find the square root of 8. But the square root of 8 I can break down as a square root of 2 and a square root of 4. But the square root of 4 is 2, so I really get 2 root 2. So that's how we go ahead and show that the equation represents a circle. Got another one of those for us. I'm going to try this one out as well. I'm going to put my x terms by each other. I'm going to put my y terms by each other. So over in this first part section over here, noticing we have a value of 2 there in front of the x squared there, we need to get rid of that 2. So if I could divide that term by 2, I got to divide everything else in here by 2. So when we do that, on this side we end up getting an x squared minus 5 halves x plus y squared equals 0. So then we got to complete the square with the x squared. The y squared's already completed. It's just one thing squared, so it's already completed. 5 halves there, however, it's a fraction, so you might want to think about multiplying by half and squaring it. So if I take negative 5 halves, that's my b value, and I'm going to take that times 1 half. Let me erase that and write it one more time. Negative 5 halves times 1 half there, and square it, I get negative 5 fourths. So I'm going to go ahead and add a negative 5 fourths squared. If I add that on the left, I have to add that on the right side. So now I just got to go ahead and factor this left-hand side here. I get an x and an x. Remember I told you before that the trick here with the fraction here, before you square that, you can just simply write that in here. Negative 5 fourths times negative 5 fourths will give me 25 sixteenths. And negative 5 fourths plus negative 5 fourths will give me my middle term, which is negative 5 halves. So it does work. So cleaning this up, I get x minus 5 fourths, since there's 2 of them. You get squared plus y squared equals 25 sixteenths. So now it's in our form of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. We can identify the center of our circle. Center of our circle here is 5 fourths, comma 0. Our radius, we have to take the square root of 25 sixteenths. That 25 sixteenths is r squared. Taking the square root, we get 5 fourths. The radius always has to be a positive value, so you don't have to worry about the negative of that either. And remember in here, we could have written this as y minus 0 squared. So it might help you to see that the y value of the center there is 0. So done 2 of those. Let's go ahead and have you work on your homework here, page 99, numbers 81 through 89, and then you've got a short 2-5 worksheet as well to do. So have at that.